We're in a city built on 7 hills, and the fans hoping to see 7 points on the board early. We're at Cincinnati's Paycor Stadium. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. It's intercepted on the first play of the game. Justin Reed has the INT. Wow, so a conservative play to begin the game, Brock. Not exactly how I imagined they drew that one up.
No, not at all. I can tell you one thing, Kate. If that's how even these shorter, more conservative, easier throws are going to go for them, they're in for a rough contest today.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. A second down run by Pacheco. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. Third down, it's Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll go, it's Mahomes. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Shotgun handoff to Piron. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
They'll run Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Logan Wilson has it. He's at midfield. The 30. He's at the 10. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though, and that's a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally redeem himself after that one.
Well, all things going their way through the air at the moment, partner. They pick off a throw for 6, and then they complete a pass of their own to add on 2 more.
Can I be honest with you here, Kate?
Please, please.
And maybe I'm a bad person for saying this, but every once in a while, I root for chaos.
Woo, I love it.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded a little chaos. I wouldn't have minded seeing that one go back through the air the other way and put 2 on the board, but it wasn't to be. That's excellent execution to get the touchdown on the pick-6 and put 2 more on the board.
A counter give here to Pacheco. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
We're good. Hey, 57, cover.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Buying some time right. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Completes this one to Rice. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Another throw for Mahomes. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Chiefs start to fight back with their first points of this game. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. The Chiefs offense staying on the field. They're going to try for 2.
Come back.
Again, Mahomes to throw. And he makes the catch, and just like that, we're right back even at 8 apiece. What a start to this one, baby. Both teams scoring, and without hesitation, run everyone out there to go for 2. For fans of aggressive offenses, Brock, this is certainly shaping up to be their perfect type of game.
Yeah, you think both these offenses just going to go for 2 from here on out? I don't know. There's a lot of risk involved with it, but I'm here for it.
Here we go. Stop.
1st down, Burrow to throw. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
11 Thomas. Gun. Stop. 11. Stop.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And they had that one contained right at the line. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
11 mighty. 11.
We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals hoping to break this tie before the half.
11 MT. 12. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11. Stop.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Ooh, he put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Ooh, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So that brings up 4th and long.
12. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Trying for it with Burrow. That's cut beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Forget that it was 4th down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the 1st.
Here we go. 11. Stop.
Brown on the inside give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm.
11,
Instead,
11.
he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a quick...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right, you've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
From the gun, Piron. And he gets him around 6 there. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. They run once more with Piron. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And the Bengals get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Looking to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. Shot.
Looking to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hey, Ridway.
2nd and 15. A lot of speed on it. Too tough to handle. Incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the one he was looking for. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Von Bell takes it away. And the Bengals will be set up great after a terrific return down inside the 15.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block.
Here we go.
And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
12. Dot.
They'll run again with Brown. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains, and that is one
And he's in for the touchdown. The Bengals grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. It gives it Pacheco to start the drive. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Right back to Pacheco. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. It's Pacheco on 3rd. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Working quickly here. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
15.
Now we'll give up the middle to Piron. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Straight ahead they go with Piron. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs, against the better defenses in this league.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run for this. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Setting up to pass. He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Here's Piron. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run, and the reward is they get off the field.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. It's victory formation the rest of the way for the Bengals, who take a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals.
Now from the banks of the Ohio River, we welcome you to Paycor Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go here in Cincinnati. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. Prescott. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. That's the linebacker, Logan Wilson. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. To the left side, caught by Chase.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. That is caught, finding Higgins. And he's going to have the Bengals first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on fourth down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Brown. And he will score. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. The return starts from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Dowdle. He'll work forward for a couple. B.J. Hill shuts it down there. 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Dak. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Running is Vaughn. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Bengals on top. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll try to run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field. But they clearly thought they had a play that they liked. But the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
Now, Burrow. He's got the hookup to Mike Gesicki. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play.
Here we go.
It wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
11-90.
Play action now. It's Burrow. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate. Work with your quarterback. Go into scramble second reaction.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. And a good return here. He is out of bounds, up past the 30. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Prescott now. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. Operating from the gun, here's Dak.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On second down, it's Dak. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll run with Dowdle. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He'll try and get there on the ground. It's a pickup of 14. And the decision to go for it pays off.
Years ago, people would have thought you were crazy to go for 4th down on your side of the field, but that's not the case anymore. We're seeing it more and more often play out across the league. In this case, not a bad job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball, but he's able to find some space with his legs, and he's able to pick up the conversion.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Now a 3rd and 2. Here's Dak to throw. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. And this will be from 42 yards out. And that one not going to get there. And it's wide to the left as well. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They go play action for Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
On one, ready?
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Gun.
Now Burrow on the bootleg. Off he goes.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Here we go.
They'll run here with Brown. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
On one, ready?
Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He was short when he caught it, but knew exactly where he needed to get to. Gets there and keeps the drive alive.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Here we go.
Burrow now. He'll tuck it and take off.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure is good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Stop. Stop.
Now Brown. And he'll be taken down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Now it is first and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
Here's a run. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. Second and goal.
11 MT. Turbo's hot. Stop.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On the play fake, Dak. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Yeah! There we go!
Second down, Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Dak to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they...
And he will dive into the end zone. 73 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
All right, so the Cowboys set to go for two.
Yeah, here we go! Where you take? Where you take?
Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he'll get into the end zone and get this one a couple of points closer.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Back to throw, Burrow. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. Here's 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
To throw is Burrow. This one complete to Higgins. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a Bengals, and he's going to have the Chargers.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Here we go.
A carry here for Brown. Good running there. Getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there. And a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock.
Let's get set.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
Here we go.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield.
And the rush gets there. Down he goes. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. Burrow to throw. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. Prescott on first down. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. And that is incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the fourth quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
They'll stick to the ground. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they send their fans home quite happy. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Here's the rookie from Alabama, Will Reichard, ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's Burrow to throw right away. And his first look is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. Here's Higgins out of the right side. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To the air again, Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Burrow will throw. This one hauled in by Sample. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And Burrow going to throw again. This one complete to Yoshivas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Darnold now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Up the middle, Jones. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Darnold. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around. Sometimes I have this vision of coaches like shutting the tackle that gives him some room. Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Naylor, 76 yards. And the Vikings strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Extra point right down the middle, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They go play action with Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And that, what a dangerous throw there back across the field, but it's incomplete.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Burrow on play action. That is caught. Breaks through the contact. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.